Hey, Wanderers. I just got done making kind of an emotional video, so it might sound kind of weird in this one, but I had a inspiration about this little topic, and I think I've touched on it before, but I'm not positive. I don't remember some of my earlier videos that I have made that I haven't watched yet, and I haven't put any of this on YouTube yet. So forgive me if this is a duplicate topic, but if it is, it'll be interesting to see where I go with this one versus where I went with the last one. So anyway, this is going to be on the subject of light and going biblically, where in Genesis starts by presenting a summation that God created the heaven and the earth and all that dwelled in it. So it then goes to break it down. That was without form and was void. So that it had no shape. It had no substance. To be without form is to be without substance. And it was void. It was empty. So, going by that, there's nothing there. And God's presence moved upon the face of the void, moved within the void. And God said, "Let there be light." Right? Now, we have presumed light to mean what all of this is. It's light outside, and nighttime is dark. But this didn't exist yet. Under the creation, this did not exist yet. Light was the first substance made. So, even if you go by this, think about it this way. God created light, okay? Now, we've all heard of God's presence is a holy light, outshines all that is, right? Well, until God created light, did he outshine everything? I don't think so. So again, we have to ask ourselves, what is light? What is the light that God created when there was no stars, there was no sun, none of that existed yet. He didn't create that yet. He created the light first. Then he created the bodies to rule over the night and the day. But light came first. So I've thought about this. And we always have this, question, is light a particle or is it a wave? Well, how about this? Light itself is a particle. Or more appropriately, is the opposite of the void. The void would be darkness. The opposite of the void would be light. Without form and without, and void. Without form and void. Okay, so that was before. So then God creates light. And then he creates the bodies to rule over it. To separate it. To separate the light from the dark. To separate the day from the night. So we look into space. We can see a star. That's light. But there is a void between us and that light. There is nothing. But we still see the light. Well, here's my proposal. Take a body of water, a lake, if you will, and place a sensor in this body of water. Now, mind you, this is a fully sealed body of water, right? So like an aquarium, but it's fully sealed. There's no air in it. And we have this tank. And we have a sensor in there that detects vibration, that detects motion, that detects a wave, if you will. Like a sound wave, like a, all these, this bumps that, and creates a wave. All right, so now you tap on the side of this aquarium. Just one tap. What does it do to the water inside? It creates a wave, a vibrational wave that has a frequency that moves. Do we see it? No, we don't see it. Does our sensor pick it up? Yep, it picks it up. Now, here's the thing. Until that wave hits that sensor, we have no idea that it's there. Because the rest of the tank is void. There's nothing in it. I mean, yeah, there's water. We know there's water in it. But the water itself doesn't know that. If we had a fish in it, the fish wouldn't know that. It doesn't see the water. But it can feel the water move through its senses. You kind of get where I'm going with this? So we can hear sound, right? We can feel the ground. We can feel vibration. Our ears feel vibration through the air, right? Our feet, our fingers, our hands feel vibration through objects. Our eyes see vibration through light. So, when God created light, He created the tank of the invisible, unvoid, non-void substance that everything else is floating in. Light is not dark matter, but light is the missing matter of the universe. When we see a radiation image of the visible universe, of the visible existence, it's not full of empty black spaces. It's full. It's everywhere. But there are wave patterns in it that have been disturbing it, if we go by creation, for almost 7,000 years. So, when God separated the light from the dark, and put something into nothing, filled it, so that now wherever there was nothing, there was also something, light. But He separated that with objects that disturb the light, that disturb the fluid we float in, that disturb the substance we float in, that we have not labeled. We have labeled the reaction that occurs to the substance we're in. Just like we've labeled water in our fish tank that we sealed up. Well, instead of water, we're in a fish tank of light. So explore that. Discover what God's creation that we defined as light, that we as people labeled as light, define what God truly created. Is it a photon, or is a photon the transportation of the disturbance of light? I don't know if anybody followed along with that. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm trying to say with that, where I'm going with that. I'm hoping that maybe there's some scientist out there that will hear what I'm saying and maybe post comments on it and stuff and say, look, this is what light is, da da da, because I want to expand what I'm thinking. I want to expand on this because I truly think that this is a misunderstanding, a mislabelization of a biblical event that we interpret as, light, and my shadow is, because I'm blocking the light and da da da. No, I think the light surrounds me because my shadow is not black. Oh, but the light bends and blah blah blah. Yeah, like a wave, because it goes around me like a wave would go around me. And it's going to make it just like in a lake when you throw a rock in and you throw a second rock in. It creates contrast. It creates differences that look like a shadow. So, again, if photons persist in going in a straight line, and when we measure them on a double slit experiment, they do that. But do they? Or is it because we're measuring it, it now no longer is disturbing the rest of the stuff? I don't know. Oh, the bugs are bad down this way. I shouldn't have come down this way. A lot of bear poop. Anyway, sorry. So we're in a gigantic eternal tank of light, the substance. And what we call light, what we define as light, is the sun tapping on the side of the tank. It's the stars tapping on the side of the tank. Interesting thought, huh? All right, Wanderers. That's my thought for this time. Talk to you later.